Nice digs. Earn enough money to afford a luxurious life in the epilogue.
Hello? And a happy New Year's Eve to you too. Of course. I'll pass it on. Thank you. I see how it is now. The only reason you called is to talk about the clinic, isn't it? I know. I'm just teasing. Look, I promise the budgets can wait till after the holidays. We're doing great. Seriously. The patients are happy, and that's all that matters. I'll handle the board. Now go and spend time with your family. Doctor's orders. All right, dear. Have a wonderful break. Marina's pushing herself way too hard, but I honestly can't imagine a better partner to run the clinic with. No more work tonight. I need to take my mind off it. Among other things.
Oh?
It's on TV.
Hello everybody, welcome back and welcome to my Ferret Studios. And we are on the last episode, or pretty sure it's the last episode, of Cabernet. Which takes us into Chapter 8, because Chapter 7, I did a choice that came out not quite what I was expecting, and I was like, you know, I need to have the entire game on here, so let's go back into where we saved off. Okay, so that's our save.
Petya's doll. Never had it in me to sell her. I think I took good care of her over the years. I still maintain that till this day, it is the most beautiful doll the world has ever seen. Not counting Matilda, of course.
Speaking of, where is Petya? I'm curious. Oh, we have our plant.
All of Anastasia's lessons weren't in vain. I'm glad I stuck with it. With a little practice, even the least gifted student would become decent in 100 years. I may have not taken it much further than that, but I'm proud to say that many a guest has been entertained with this particular instrument.
Oh, she kept the picture.
An appraiser friend of mine recently looked at this painting. Turns out, over the decades it appreciated in value and is now worth a small fortune. Don't think I'll ever sell it, though. Means too much to me. I heard vampires get quite attached to their possessions as they get older. Guess I'm not immune to that.
Oh, a medal, an award.
I don't usually care much for awards, but this one feels special. It's the highest honor given by the Medical Academy. For groundbreaking contributions to hematology. All that blood research the doctor and I used to do really paid off. Took decades to conduct, but luckily, I had no shortage of time. Had to use an alias, of course. Can't keep my real name on the records. Otherwise, over the decades, people would catch on. Especially now with the internet real. Anyway, the name may be fake, but the lie...
So we can't go out yet. I love the blanket. So pretty.
Home sweet home. Over a century has passed, and I still can't get used to being this well off.
I guess that's further we can go. Okay, well.
Well, Oksana, only a few hours left till we get to celebrate the much-anticipated year
Oh,
2000.
Y2K.
The new year is flying fast towards us, and what better present for the nation than the first annual address of the newly elected President Chernov?
Absolutely. It's been a tumultuous year for our country with the tragic, sudden passing of the former head of state. Luckily, Anatoly Chernov promptly took matters into his own hands, first as acting president and now as president-elect, after the results of the official emergency referendum.
That's right, Maxim. President Chernov has already demonstrated his firm and efficient governing style. In his short time in office, he's issued orders to reinforce the defensive military budget, and has also introduced a zero-tolerance policy towards illegal immigration.
Finally, our people will have the much-desired stability back into their lives.
Can't wait to hear what he has to say at midnight.
Me too. Say, Oksana, what are you going to wish for when the clock strikes 12?
Well,
Fools.
Your ride is here, ready to whisk you away to that dreary business of yours. Here to ruin our delightful festivities.
Hello, Hussar.
I really do appreciate your yearly visits. It does get a bit lonely around this time, and you certainly liven up the place.
It's true. I'm nothing if not entertaining.
That you are.
LIza, are you all right?
Yeah.
If this trip makes you so gloomy, there's no need for you to go. I promise you a better time will be had here. Arbin sent us a case of that vintage Cabernet.
Always a good time, but sorry. I think I need to go. It's something that just feels right, as difficult as it is.
Fine. You got to do what you got to do. You've always been a stubborn one.
Look who's talking.
Shame. I was really looking forward to introducing you to Anton.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I do really want to meet him.
Don't worry. If all goes well, there will be an entire eternity of chances for you to get acquainted.
That's true.
All goes well?
And if you feel like company, just give me a call. All right? No matter how much fun I'm having, I promise I will drop everything immediately to come and support you in your stupid mission. That's how much I care about you.
Thank you. It won't be necessary, but it's noted and appreciated.
Ah, Hussar. Don't ever change.
Good luck there. It will be all right.
Thank you, Stefan.
Getting close now.
So, here I am again. Good to be back. It's hard to believe the last time I set foot here was around a century ago. Vampires generally aren't allowed to stay in the same place for more than 20 years.
I wonder what happened to
Otherwise,
Koltia.
people start asking questions. Small towns have surprisingly long memories, but you can usually come back once it makes sense for you to pass as your own offspring. Nowadays, they call permission to stay a vampire visa. Higher society granted me one for this town decades ago, but I just hadn't been ready until now. I'm not sure why, but I feel like I owe my old friends a visit in this new millennium. Even if it is at a cemetery.
This game has definitely taken a different twist near the end than I expected. And I like the rock music to the original, the theme song.
Here we are. That will be 200 coins.
I thought I asked you to stop by the field.
Sorry, lady. No dice. Too much snow.
I don't even know how many coins I have.
Fair enough. There you go. And here is something from Grandfather Frost on top.
Seriously? Thank you, really. Much appreciated.
Why not?
Sure thing. Happy New Year's Eve.
You too. If you don't mind me asking, why did you choose to come here? This place is, well, it's a bit of a hole. No offense.
None taken. Trust me, I know. Honestly, I'm not so sure myself. I used to live here. I guess I just wanted to walk down memory lane.
Well, good luck. And hey, if you need a ride back, just call this number.
Thank you.
Wow. It's the old apartment building. Okay. Nope.
Dr. Volkov's story, sadly, didn't turn out to be a very happy one.
Uh-oh.
He completed his research for the Countess, despite his progressing addiction. Consequently, she released her new consumables that boosted abilities with almost no side effects, which, unsurprisingly, made her fortune even larger. As for the doctor, by the time he managed to complete his contract, he was a shadow of the person he used to be. He certainly was in no condition to finish his passion project, the non-addictive Cabernet formula. One day, he simply disappeared. He left his research notes and findings, along with a short note asking Arbin to take over. After that, I never saw him again. His worst fear was becoming a feral. I hope that whatever fate met him, it was a different one.
He may very well become feral.
Dr. Volkov, he completed his research for the
Alright.
He's one day his.
I was curious to see if there's anything more. Oh, that's Anastasia's.
Sadly, Anastasia never found the ending to the piece she was writing. To no one's surprise, Anastasia and Evgeny never managed to patch things up.
Because
Soon enough, they got a divorce, an amicable one as far as those go. Believe it or not, Evgeny ended up marrying his pen pal, Ksenia, the very same young woman who, unwittingly, almost caused her future husband his life. Evgeny published a couple more books, but outside of the poem he so generously dedicated to me, the new works received rather lukewarm receptions. He did, however, seem to find domestic bliss with Ksenia and a steady job as a columnist in a reputable literary journal.
the old vodka bar.
Kirill, it's been a while since I thought about you. For as long as I stayed in town, nothing really seemed to change in his life. All the same tricks and schemes. And after that, needless to say, we didn't keep in touch. Call me naive, but I always felt there was more to him than met the eye. Perhaps I would have learned more if I got to know him better, but of course it's a little late for that now. No one knows for sure what happened to LIza. Some say she finally got fed up with her small-town life and moved to a bigger city. Others claim that one of her Russian roulette games went awry. But no one can say exactly where that peculiar woman went. No one but me, that is. I only told Elisa's closest friends and family about her quest for the sunrise. Each agreed that she wouldn't want anyone else to know, and that's why the truth of Elisa's demise spread no further. Her secret bar, of course, had to shut down without her, but it remained her legacy in certain circles for a long while. People remembered it fondly after its closure and told stories of legendary nights spent there. The tales grew with embellishments until no one knew what was true, like any good story eventually does. There were vampires who attempted to recreate Elisa's success by building their own such establishments, but no one was able to quite capture her same type of magic. Maybe at least in your next life, you will see all the sunrises your heart desires. While I still lived in town, Arbin stayed here for as long as her vampiric visa allowed. We had our fair share of adventures together, and to this day remain close friends. When she finally left, for a while she tried to maintain her establishment from afar. But alas, literary salons went out of fashion, and eventually they built a regular housing project in its place. Arbin overcame her internal struggles about siring and ended up taking several fledglings under her wing.
Aw.
Unsurprisingly, each and every one of them is well and thriving. She often credits me for that, but really, she's always cared for the newly turned, just like the moment I first met her. After Dr. Volkov's disappearance and surprising handover, she adopted his project. Combined with her own practice, she started a very successful ethical Cabernet business. Arbin eventually moved abroad, but still sends me a case of delicious red every year. What do you know? The store is still here.
If you're looking for champagne, vodka, or flowers, don't bother. They're all out.
Is that right?
Well, why else do you think I'm still open? All the demand and no other supply. That's good business.
Happy New Year's Eve. The bouquet over there, please.
Cutting it a bit late with the presents, aren't you? You'd better hurry home, or you'll miss the president's speech.
Thanks, but I think I'm gonna pass this year.
What do you mean, pass? It's a tradition. Don't you care about your own country? See, that's the problem with your generation. You hold nothing sacred.
Oh, really? And what generation do you think that is?
Generation of spoiled brats. You've seen nothing, done nothing, and fought for nothing. You have all the freedom in the world, but no, you just complain and demand more. Show some respect and be grateful for once.
Are you finished? Listen,
Thank you.
I'm not who you think I am, but I don't expect you to understand that. Mark my words, I've seen this happen to our country time and time again. At this point, I feel it in my bones, like how some with arthritis can feel rain coming.
What are you babbling about, girl?
Every time there was hope, a person like that man came to crush it. No one has found a way to break the cycle yet, so, of course, I've come to not expect much. All I'm asking is, think. Think and care about your fellow man. Then, make your own choices.
How much have you had to drink?
Enough for a lifetime, trust me. Happy upcoming New Year. It's moments like these that I regret making fun of the hussar for smoking.
Are you all right, dear? Hope you don't mind me asking. You look out of sorts.
Yes I am. Thank you.
Do you have a place to go tonight? It's New Year's Eve, after all. No good being by yourself.
Thank you. I do have some old friends I'm visiting.
Oh, that's lovely. Just lovely. You know, I overheard what you were saying back there.
Did I get carried away?
Goodness, no. I would have said the exact same thing. I was just like you when I was younger. Didn't let anyone walk over me.
I'm not as young as I look.
Let's talk again in 50 years, dear. See who's right about this.
Sounds good.
That Chernov, though, he's trouble, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just as we managed to turn this rusty ship around, they're pulling the wheel again. Still, all this time, I never lost hope. Not once. And you shouldn't either, dear.
Thank you. I think I needed to hear that today. You know, you remind me of an old friend of mine.
Friends, of course. Sorry for keeping you, dear. Your friends are probably wondering where you are.
Don't worry, they're quite a patient bunch nowadays. Do you need any help carrying your bag?
Oh, no, bless you, dear. I live just around the corner.
Really? In the old apartment building?
That's the one. My great-aunt used to own it before the revolution, and I inherited it. I'm very lucky. It's apartment number 1. Stop by for a cup of tea sometime if you feel lonely. Have a wonderful year, dear.
Thank you. And you. Well, what do you know?
Would be the church. How far can I go? You know what I never found? I never found that last, Can you not get up there?
On the surface, nothing seemed to change all that much in Stefan's life. At least for a while. Same old cards, drinks, and revelry. And, of course, Intrigue seemed to follow him everywhere he went. But in reality, everything turned upside down once we freed him from Count Orlov's magic contract.
Well, that can't be good.
He actually ended up sending his resignation to the Countess via postcard from the Bahamas.
That's awesome.
As much as I would have loved to see it myself, mostly I'm just happy for Stefan. He seemed like a whole new person ever since. I'm also looking forward to meeting his significant other.
Oh,
After all he's been through,
he has a mate.
for him to have another chance at love.
Aw.
Something tells me he might have finally found his new happy eternity.
That's so awesome. Oh, I'm so happy for Hussar. Alright, so we can't go back down that street.
This monument was built to commemorate the countless victims of the town hall tragedy.
That's right, when the town hall burned.
That night indeed became an important one in the town's history. I could have never imagined the consequences of delivering one small package before I saw them with my own eyes. Even Yvonne himself didn't realize exactly how much irreversible damage his largely symbolic act of rebellion would bring. I was lucky to have enough loyal friends who helped organize the rescue team. They managed to extinguish the fire, and I led them to the upper floors of the underground facility. The townsfolk managed to save some people before the bomb's damage caused a cave-in. Most of those imprisoned on the lower levels never again saw the light of day. I think it's safe to say that somewhere on a subconscious level, the people of town never fully recovered from the tragedy. Since so many of the horrors beneath Town Hall were vampire-related. Shortly after the rescue operation, the higher society sent a hypnotist crew, a well-trained, powerful group of vampires. Of course, there wasn't any enchantment strong enough to completely remove those memories. However, they did manage to alter them enough to convince the humans that what they saw was all standard prison torture practices.
Wow.
Horrible and illegal, yes, but nothing beyond the depthless depravity of mortal beings. The corpse chamber and draining floor.
Ugh.
No more than a gruesome dream that faded with the sunrise. The infamous Savely Skortsov, the purportedly non-corrupt mayor of town, ended up being a ruthless sociopath. There wasn't much left of his secret office after the dust settled from the explosion, but my opinion is that Savelli ended up being buried in the ruins of his own monstrous creation. The worst part of it all was that there wasn't much evidence left intact to link him up to his crimes beyond a reasonable doubt.
Of course.
While many people connected the dots, many more loved his public work and the town improvements he made with
You're rich, you can get away with
blood
anything.
money. That left him written in the town history as a somewhat controversial figure. Some see him as the picture of an honest official, and others as the madman that he really was. In contrast, the next mayor the town elected remained in his position for nearly a decade and was entirely inconsequential. During that whole time, he arguably did less to improve the town than Savelli did in a few months. But then again, he didn't organize brutal murders beneath town property. Well, at least that we know of.
Mm-hmm. Very true. The Countess got to
The Countess, predictably, kept adjusting with the times and growing her fortune. After the Cabernet producing facility at the town hall was destroyed, she took a loss and had to pivot. However, When the doctor completed the research under her contract, she was able to update her blood source product line with a new consumable. It allowed vampires to temporarily increase their mental and physical abilities without the side effects of Cabernet intoxication. Of course, that in turn ended up causing a different kind of addiction, even if largely of a psychological nature. But that, of course, never bothered the Countess in the slightest, as it only increased the revenue.
Dims.
The business kept growing, so eventually she took it worldwide and established the headquarters in France,
Damn.
where she now resides.
Oh, Victoria. Let's see what she has to say.
Victoria. Wait a minute. Victoria. I never ended up telling someone to release her from the basement, did I?
Oh. Left her a fucking
Since I
bird.
haven't heard anything about her since, I have to assume she died from not having access to her vessel. What can I say? She should have thought about the risks before she tried to kill me.
I think that's all we can explore. Evgeny.
To no one's surprise, Anastasia and Evgeny never managed to patch things up. Soon enough, they got a divorce, an amicable one as far as those go. Believe it or not, Evgeny ended up marrying his pen pal, Ksenia, the very same young woman who, unwittingly, almost caused her future husband his life. Evgeny published a couple more books, but outside of the poem he so generously dedicated to me, the new works received rather lukewarm receptions. He did, however, seem to find domestic bliss with Ksenia and a steady job as a columnist in a reputable literary journal.
Damon.
Letting Demian drown was certainly not my finest hour as a doctor, or a person, really. I'm sorry, Demian. Rest in peace.
Trophime.
Trophime ended up working for the Countess for the rest of his life. He didn't drink much ever since our first encounter and lived well into old age. Was it a happy life? Who's to say? Perhaps it's not just drinking that makes one miserable.
I always liked Trophime. Oh.
The funds I provided helped Marusa pursue the path of education that she so longed for, without her needing to worry about her family. Of course, with all her talent and natural stubbornness, she had no trouble whatsoever getting accepted to the best university in the country. Marusa never forgot her community, and upon graduation, she came back to the village and helped make it prosper. Neither her family nor anyone else she cared for wanted for money and bread once she turned things around. Although I always considered the money I gave Marusa a gift, she insisted on paying me back every single coin. But she didn't stop there either. Inspired by Anastasia's kindness and commitment to her craft, Marusa opened her own school to help children from low-income families. She arranged special stipends for the most promising students and, with her help, Many of the peasant youth from across the country managed to receive higher education. In her later years, the school grew and branched out to different campuses across the country. I knew she was a special one from the start. I couldn't have been more right.
Oh, Fiona.
I only knew Faina for a short time, but somehow the memory of her has never faded. She meant a lot to me. She still does. I took care of your flowers as best I could, for as long as they lasted. Rest in peace, dear Faina.
Ivan.
When I delivered the package for Kolya, I didn't realize just how much pain and destruction it would bring to the town. Of course, Ivan himself didn't quite know either, since few knew who and what hid underneath Town Hall. The impassioned speech delivered by Ivan, the mesmerizing flames dancing around the building, these reflected the rage and frustrations of the people. It was only later that the crowd started to see the events of that fateful night in a different light. In the chaos of the riot, Ivan managed to escape. He later gained notoriety amongst anarchist and radical members of the movement as the man who gets things done. Some say he was involved in the assassination attempts on the head of state in the early 1900s, and some treat him as a hero. I will refrain from casting historical judgment. However, as someone who knew Ivan personally, I can say this with certainty. A hero he was not.
Oh, the storekeeper.
Oleg and I never became close, but at least till I left town, he kept running the shop and seemed to be doing fine. Although, I'm sure he would have preferred to keep his hand. I always felt a sense of gratitude in him for sparing him. In retrospect, I think I'm glad I didn't end up taking a life for an old grudge, albeit a very heavy one. I wonder if the Rusalka is still out there somewhere. Did she ever forgive him?
Petya.
I'm happy to report that Petya is still alive and well. He is, of course, still bound to Matilda's body, but at this point, I think even if someone offered him a different form, he'd turn it down. He may have never made it as a great salesman, but, in a way, the fact that he no longer interacted with customers in his new body only did him good. Petya opened a small doll boutique, and it turns out, when someone else was selling his dolls, people absolutely loved them. He never took it personally, though. Petya was just happy that the dolls found good homes. Of course, to open a business, he needed a human for the paperwork, and I decided to help him out. So, for quite some time, I was the face of an honest-to-goodness doll-making company. Human or vampire, that's something I never imagined happening in a million years. But life is just full of surprises, isn't it? For decades, I've tortured myself over what happened that night outside of Town Hall. Although Gosha, along with many of the prisoners, managed to survive the explosion, she just couldn't live with herself knowing that she, although indirectly, caused so many deaths.
No regrets.
Oh. Oh, gosh, yeah.
I'll admit, it was difficult to get over her passing, especially knowing the part I played in it. Rest in peace, Gosha.
Roman. Oh.
Ah, sweet Roman. He ended up traveling around the world at least 3 times in his lifetime. He managed to connect with all kinds of people and hear the legends of their homes and ancestors. It wasn't just for his pleasure either. He published several tomes on world folklore, which were translated to dozens of languages. He loved the people around him, and he shared that love in his favorite way, through his books and stories. I did what I came for. I suppose it's time to go home.
Kind of bittersweet. No, I should say very bittersweet.
Oh!
Sorry?
Huh. Strange. Snakes usually brumate over the winter. Their metabolism slows down, they stop eating, and hide out underground till it's warmer. Nobody must have come here for ages. I bet I scared it out of its hiding spot. Slithering back to the shadows. How the mighty have fallen.
Interesting.
Oof. The church sure has seen better days. What does the sign say?
Keep out. This building has been deemed dangerous due to a snake infestation and is hereby condemned. Demolition of the structure and consequent building of a public swimming pool is planned to begin this spring. Department of Health. Holy shit.
Condemned? Wait a minute. So, it's not technically a church anymore, and I don't need an invitation.
Nope.
Does that mean
I should be able to go right in?
I can enter it?
Yes, I can.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
It's been over a century since I've been inside a church. I'd forgotten how it looks, what it smells like. I'd forgotten how much I missed it. How much I wanted to come in sometimes when I was scared and lost. Oh, damn it. The Morozov family. Minus me, of course. I remember how, even before I was allowed to touch matches, in church, Mother would let me light candles for people we knew. I loved doing it, partly because of the excitement of the dangerous forbidden flame, but it was also more than that. Even before I knew what it meant, it felt important. Why don't I light some candles now? I may not get another chance.
No, I can't go through there.
I've got enough. There. It's not easy being an older sister, but being a younger brother must have also had its challenges. Kolya and I see each other often. I can always count on him, and he on me. I couldn't ask for a better blessing. He's getting by all right, doing odd jobs here and there, though, in all honesty, after that night at Town Hall, he was never quite the same.
I would not
He doesn't
expect
like
him
to
be.
talk about it, but what he saw on the lower floors of the underground prison left a deep scar in him. I can't imagine what kind of dreams he has during his slumber, but seeing his face after he rises is enough. Sometimes I wonder if things might have been different if I gave that cop his bribe. In vampire years, Kolya is still young, though. I hope one day he'll be able to leave those nightmares behind. I'm proud of you. This one is for you, dear brother. People tend to only say good things about the dead, but we all knew Father was far from perfect. Slowly but surely, drinking turned him from a kind and loving person into a monster. And I know more than most what it means to be one. But some fairy tales do have a happy ending. He managed to quit drinking soon after that fateful summer. I couldn't have been more proud of him. I might be giving us too much credit, but I feel like Kolya and I might have had something to do with it. Mom stuck with him through the rough months. Uncle Mitko helped out with money before they got back on their feet, and from what I gathered, they both ended up rather happy. So glad I managed to get this new picture of them. Of course, according to higher society laws, we're never supposed to get in touch with family, but Kolya and I bent the rules just a little. We got into some trouble, of course, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Rest in peace, dear mother and father. Funny thing, for over a century I've lived so many lives. Different names, cities, friends, and enemies. I've seen more people live and die than one can count, or care to remember. But even after all this time, I still think about my family. They never faded away. I could have done things differently, and every day I have to live with my choices and my mistakes. Some of them are heavy and bury themselves deep in my gut. From what I hear, every vampire receives a keepsake like that sooner or later. Maybe that's the true payment for eternal life. Or maybe it's a part of any life, really. I don't know if they ever fully go away. If I'm honest, I don't think so. But they remind me to do things differently, to be better. And when I do, sometimes I feel human again. Last candle left. I think I know what I'll light it for. I've seen people in this country go through so much suffering. Wars, revolutions, tyranny, famine. So much has happened, and yet so little has changed. Some people say this country is cursed, hopeless. I don't know if I believe that. I've seen fates crushed by a short sentence. I've seen lives saved by a simple embrace. No matter what they say, a person's choice can make a difference, so you might as well do your best. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll all make enough of the good ones. And for now, there is hope. Demons may be hereditary, but we are in charge of them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Okay, that was really good. I enjoyed that. I did not want to quit this game without doing Chapter 8 because I really wanted closure and a prologue, and I'm so glad I did. I really wanted to see her take and what happened with everybody she was acquainted with and when she was in that town under the doctor, so I gotta turn my volume down. There we go. So yeah, that was that was really, really good, and I understand now why on this you sometimes have to be careful with the choices you make, as evident at the end of Chapter 7. So that was Cabernet. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If go pick it up. It's, it really is. It really, really, really is a good game. If I had to pick my favorite character in here, it's Faina. Faina was definitely my favorite. So that is Cabernet, and I don't know what the next game will be. I have no idea what I'm doing next. Haven't quite decided on that. So with that, please like, subscribe, and share if you feel up to it, and I will see you guys on the next episode of whatever game it is I'm working on next and we're working on next. Bye for now.